Yesterday's show, I talked about fear of success, how to identify it, what to do about it. And so today I'm going to dig a little deeper into this idea of success and talk about how do you know if you're successful? How do you measure success? Hey, welcome back, everyone. I am Mike Sutton with BeBuildHave.com, and I work with business leaders who are getting burned out on all the doing and are ready to just start being happy and successful in their businesses. And success is exactly what we're going to continue to talk about today. And I'm going to frame it in the context of how do you measure success in business? So a lot of times when I'm doing research for the shows, I'll do a Google search and look at the top results. And part of that's keyword research, part of that's to see what other content is out there. And so I just Googled, how do I measure business success? And the results were really interesting. There were two things that were really interesting about the results. The first is that maybe as expected, 9 of the first top 10 pages talked about things like profitability and market share and total revenue and return ratios and things like that, which, again, probably to be expected. But I don't think that really gets to the heart of the question, because we all know that we need to make money, and that's what success is. Somebody else can't tell you how much money your business needs to make. And so I think you're still left asking some questions. So yes, positive cash flow, being profitable, paying yourself. I think these are all really important things that'll help you feel successful. It's hard to feel successful if you're not making enough money to cover your bills. I totally get that. But the other interesting thing that I noticed in the results is that the two recommended searches, along with how to measure business success, were how to measure success in life and how to measure personal success. And I think that really gets to the challenge that a lot of small business owners like you and I face. And the way it came to me is that the problem is that success is not a number. Success is a feeling. And when we try to define it, we try to define it in terms of numbers. And I hit this number, why don't I feel successful? Because success is not a number. Success is how you feel. Do you feel happy and engaged and fulfilled by your business? That's when you'll feel successful. So to look at how do we measure success, how do we define success, I think it's important to start with looking at what's important to you, and is your business providing you with those things? So for me, I went through an exercise, and this is something that I recommend to a lot of my clients, of identifying what are my core values. And core values is something that you hear talked about in a lot of self-help books, so maybe it feels like kind of a tired topic to you. But for me, it was really valuable to realize that, for example, my background is in IT. I always have loved programming. But I never realized how much of a creative process programming really is. I'm creating this application out of nothing but my own clear vision of what I think it can become. And once I started to realize how important creativity was to me, even though I never considered myself to be an artist, and I think I'm not really very good at design, like those are the things that I always associate with creativity. But once I realized that creativity was really important to me, it opened me up to really enjoy doing videos like this. This is a very creative process. To build a business is a very creative process. You're creating your business, creating value out of nothing but the idea that you start with. And so defining what some of those core values are, I think is really important, because that becomes your framework for making decisions about, should I do this in my business or should I not do this in my business? I can compare it to things like my core values. Also, having a clearly defined vision and purpose. And again, it's stuff that you hear people tell you. You have to have a clear vision for your business, and you have to start with why, and you have to know what your purpose is. And it's easier for us to hear that and say, oh yeah, I've done that. But to really dig into, like, what is my purpose? That's really a valuable exercise. And then the last thing that I had noted was, do you know what your superpower is? I think I've been told that my superpower is how I explain things to people, my ability to ask great questions and to really get to the heart of the matter. And I agree with that. I love doing that. I feel like I'm really good at that. And so does my business engage that? Do I get to do that a lot in my business? Or am I forcing myself to sit at a desk to do video editing that I don't really care for? No, I set up my business so that I can engage my superpower, so that I can fulfill my vision and purpose, and so that everything that I do can be as aligned as much as possible with my core values. And by doing that, the feelings that I'm able to get from my business are more around growth and fulfillment and joy and desire. And these are the feelings of success. I feel successful in my business. And the added benefit is the numbers and the external results start then at that point to show up. And I went through the exact same cycle in my IT business that took me from working 80 hours a week and hating it and struggling and accumulating personal debt and losing money to being able to sell it a couple years later. Same process now, going through learning to enjoy the coaching business and become successful at that. Same process with the podcast and enjoying it and feeling successful at it. So my question to you, as you're trying to decide, what does it mean to be successful, is start by just asking yourself, does it feel good to think about your business? Does working on your business and being in your business and thinking about your business, does that energize you? Does it make you feel good? And a lot of times people will say, well, yeah, I love what I do, but I just wish I was making more money. So yeah, if you feel the need to qualify that, then maybe, if you want to settle for that, okay, it's your business. Do it however you want. My experience is that you don't have to make that compromise. You don't have to settle. And this is the process that I have gone through to unleash those feelings of success. And I believe that you can do it too. That's why I do this show. So that's the message for today. If you're working to expand and cultivate the positive emotional energy in your business, you might enjoy the 20-minute guided meditation that I just put out. I've already had a couple people request it and have gotten some feedback, and people really seem to be enjoying it. So maybe you'd enjoy it too. I don't have a fancy landing page or anything for it yet. I'll get that set up, but for now you can just email me at mike@bebuildhave.com and I'll send you a link to download it. Please remember that the only way that this show grows, the only way that I can bring people into my audience is if you share the message with your friends. So please, if you enjoy the show, consider doing that. And if you want to subscribe to the show, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on iTunes. And as always, you can find every episode and the full show notes at bebuildhave.com. So until we speak again, be the person, build the business, and have the successful life that you want.